Senator Lyons.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. In August 2014, Ms Dhu died in tragic, preventable circumstances in a South Headland police cell. Police who were responsible for her well-being and safety failed Ms Dhu. In fact, according to the Age newspaper, police officers in evidence to the recent coronial inquest into Ms Dhu's death mocked, ignored and dismissed her calls for help. It is extremely concerning that the last words Ms Dhu may have heard before she died were being told she was faking it and to shut up. The WA Premier, Colin Barnett, made a personal commitment to work with ministers in reducing the number of Aboriginal people in the state's jail system and deaths in custody. He said, "I will do that. You then judge me on whether I succeed or not, but I give you that commitment today," he told the family who attended a public protest at the State Parliament House in 2014. Well, the Premier's done nothing, and more recently, the federal member for Pearce and former WA Attorney-General Christian Porter had this to say, and I quote, "My view when Attorney-General is the same view I hold now, being that if a person refuses to pay their fines or refuses to enter into a time-to-pay program, imprisonment must remain a final option. Otherwise, hoons, vandals and antisocial offenders would be allowed to commit crimes without an ultimate consequence." What a heartless, uninformed point of view. The death of Ms Dhu in police custody should be of concern to all of us. There is a crisis in the incarceration rates of Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander peoples, best summed up in a poem by Dion Harris, Ms Dhu's uncle. "I think of my niece and the pain she endured, them nights in the cells when her voice wasn't heard. The cruel, sick mistreatment at the hands of the law must surely be exposed in a criminal court. But for WA Police, it's a grain in the ocean, because they mistreat their blacks with love and devotion. Their record on its own could stand mountain high, because we all know how many of our family have died. They say that there is more than one way to skin a cat, and I think Australian governments have often showed us that, for they've killed us and maimed us in so many different ways, and we suffered from birth to the end of our days. But this type of murder, it really was callous, so nasty it would make South Africa jealous. They murdered my niece, there's no other way to say it. She could have been saved with antibiotics instead of delaying it. So gather your ears, our international friends far and wide, because you know it was legal murder the way my beautiful niece died. My brothers led the fight to try and get our family justice. Please support us in our fight against this island full of racists."